Hey guys, welcome back to the Ultimate Goosebumps Man channel, and today I am back with you guys bringing another haul video. So, it's been a while since I've posted, as per usual. Again, I've said this in multiple videos recording it, and I'll still say it in future videos. Very busy with school, and there's a lot of other stuff going on, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to really get as much content out as I usually would. But I'm going to try and crank out a bunch of content recently because I have a lot to catch up on in terms of reviews, and yeah, there's some other cool stuff I want to do. So definitely going to be going more into doing that kind of content, making more videos, filming more recently, and hopefully trying to get more out. But we'll just see how my schedule plays out. But today, as I mentioned, I'm going to bring you guys a haul video because I went on spring break recently last week, and over the break I went to pretty much just one used bookstore that was down where I went in Florida and found a really great haul of stuff. It's not something huge or anything like that, but it's still really cool. Still wanted to show it to you. It's probably going to be one of my shorter haul videos just because I don't have a ton, but I'm going to be showing you guys some really cool stuff I got just to kind of expand my Goosebumps collection a bit more, and it was just really cool. But yeah, so as I mentioned before, I was on spring break last week down in Florida, and one point my family and I went to this bookstore. It was called Shelf Indulgence. That was down in, I want to say Sarasota in Florida. I can't remember exactly where, but I think it was Sarasota that we went. And when I went inside, there was a huge selection of Goosebumps books. Like, it was kind of insane how big of a selection they had, because used bookstores don't really have big Goosebumps sections anymore, and it's weird. Like, even half-price books, you'll be lucky to go and find some Goosebumps nowadays. And as someone who doesn't really have a half-price books near me, or really any used bookstores near me, whether that be at college or when I'm home for the summer, I was really happy to go to this bookstore and to see that big selection. And what I found there was really good because it had a lot of stuff I was actually missing from my collection, so I was really happy to pick up a bunch of new stuff. So we're just going to get into that now. So starting off, the first book I picked up was not really a new book I needed for my collection, but a replacement copy of a book that I had that wasn't in the greatest of condition. You know, the original copy I had was had a sun-faded spine. It was very torn and just ripped, and it wasn't in good shape. So I was really happy that I found this in as good a condition as it was, because I've been wanting to get a nice condition of the copy of this book for a long time, because it's one of my favorites. I've mentioned it on the channel before when I did my review for it, and that is The Ghost Next Door. Now, this is a beautiful copy of the book, honestly. Not really many damage to it. There's a little bit of a, grease in the corner here, but that's not a big deal. Some little, scuffs on the front cover here, but overall, this book is in pretty much pristine condition. So, yeah, I was really happy that I was able to finally find a nice condition, not faded copy. This actually has the correct spine color. So that was really good. Really happy that I managed to find this. So I definitely picked this up. And the cool thing was as well, all these books were like $3 or less. So yeah, I got a really good deal on these things when you'd be probably paying like $10 for one book on eBay. So yeah, I was really happy with that. Then the next set of 5 books I got, because I got 6 books total. These next 5 are all books I was missing from my collection that I managed to find. Starting off, I got Legend of the Lost Legend. Now, some of these books aren't in the greatest of shape or anything like that, Overall, they're all really good shape, but they have some scuffs and damages to them, which, in my opinion, isn't a huge deal. As long as they're not destroyed, then I'm fine with it. I'll probably end up getting secondary copies of most of these books anyway in the future. But I'd be really happy to find Legend of the Lost Legend, because this is one I was going to buy on eBay for a while, but I couldn't really find any good condition copies. So the fact that I managed to find this one is pretty good. Again, pretty solid condition, a little crease on the bottom cover. There's some grime and stuff on it, which isn't a big deal. The spine is a bit grimy, can't really tell really, but up here there's a bit of some stuff. But again, it's not a huge deal or anything like that. Still overall a pretty nice condition copy of the book. And I'm just really happy to finally have this book in my collection, because it pretty much completes the first 50. Because this is the last book I needed to have a complete set of books 1 through 50, so really happy that I was finally able to pick this up. Excuse me. The next one I managed to pick up was The Blob That Ate Everyone. Now, The Blob That Ate Everyone is another book that I I've had trouble finding online. Like, you can find this one a lot easier than Lost Legend, I've noticed. And usually in pretty solid shape, but they're a little bit more expensive. So the fact that I managed to find this for $3, I picked it up easily because it's one that I was missing. And overall, the front cover's in pretty good shape. It's kind of probably hard to see, but there is a big crease along this binding here, which not a big deal. The back is a little bit more damaged though. You got a big tear right here off the front of the cover. So that's a little bit of a bummer that it had that. And then the spine is pretty much in good shape though. So overall, it is not in terrible condition by any means. Bit damaged, bit battered, but it's not a huge deal. There's also a bit of some water damage or staining on some of the pages in the back. But again, that's not a huge deal in my opinion. What's really cool is this also a first printing of the book. So that was really neat. So yeah, blah blah to everyone. Really happy with this one. Now we got the next two books are the ones that I was the most excited to find. Because these are two books that were pretty much impossible for me to track down on eBay. I've looked for so long to try and find these two books on eBay. And whenever I do find them, they're always either the reprint copies from 2003 to 2006, like that era, or they're just in really bad shape and really overpriced. And I just don't want to pay the prices that they're charging for those original copies when they're not in as good a condition. The first one, this is the one I'm most excited about because this is actually my favorite Goosebumps cover of all time, is The Curse of Camp Cold Lake. So I'm super happy that I managed to finally find a good copy of this book, and it is in beautiful condition. Again, there's a few scuffs and stuff here and there, but overall, this book is in pretty much pristine shape, aside from there was like a little bit of an area ripped off here that they taped back together, but not a big deal. Still, really happy that I managed to find this in as good of condition as it is. And not only that, it's a first printing with the bookmark still inside it. It's sadly missing the trading cards, but you take what you can get here. So really cool that I managed to find a copy with the bookmark still attached. So yeah, and a first printing for like what, $2.75? Yeah, $2.75 for this. Something that probably costs like $10 to $20 on eBay. So really happy that I managed to find this book. Because again, I love this cover. It's just a really eerie and just well done cover. Easily Jacobus' best in my opinion, alongside like the original Night of the Living Dummy. So, Curse of Camp Cold Lake, really happy that I managed to pick this book up. And the other one that I was really happy to find, because it's another one that's really hard to find on eBay in good condition in an original print, or original copy I should say, and that is The Haunted School. Now from what I've heard, this is actually one of the more hard to find original 62 books, so the fact that I managed to find this for so cheap was just really great. Really happy that I managed to find this copy. And again, pretty much pristine condition for the most part. You know, the front and back covers especially are in beautiful shape. The spine does have a bit of sun fading to it, but again, not a big deal in my opinion. I'm just still very happy that I finally managed to find a copy of this book in good condition for the price I did, because eBay, sometimes they're very overpriced when you can literally find it and sometimes in used bookstores. So that's what I always recommend doing for Goosebumps collectors. Before jumping the gun and spending the over-exuberant prices on eBay, try and hit up some secondhand bookstores and see if you can find anything, because sometimes you can get some really good finds. So yeah, Haunted School, really happy to finally own this book, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. I'm excited to eventually read it, so yeah, there's Haunted School. And finally, the last book I managed to pick up was one I was not expecting to find at all, because I think this is one of the rarer books in this series to find, and that is Goosebumps Series 2000, Ghost in the Mirror. So I'm really happy that I found this book, because I was not expecting to find a Series 2000 book at all. This is the first time I think I've ever found a Series 2000 book in the wild before. Like, you can never find these things in any bookstores I've looked in, like any Goodwills, anything like that. I've never found a Series 2000 book. So the fact that I managed to find this book and in pretty much perfect shape. Like, this book has like pretty much no damage to it whatsoever. It is pretty much in like new condition, even like the white inner cover. So the fact that I actually managed to find this book in pretty much pristine condition for the price I did, once again, really awesome. Really happy that I managed to finally pick this book up. And yeah, just add another book to my Series 2000 collection. Always gotta love that, expanding on other collections while finishing my OG62. And this is just easily, I think, one of the rarer Series 2000 books as well, because it was the final one of the series. So yeah, really cool find. Really happy about that. So there's Ghost in the Mirror. And that's really it. That was the entire haul I got at this used bookstore. Really, really nice selection of books here. Really happy that I managed to find all of these and pay the price I did for them. Just continue to expand my OG62 collection, and now I'm almost done with it. I only have 4 books left in that series, and my original 62 set will be done. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, just really happy to add these in my collection, and don't really have much else to say about it. So thank you guys all so much for watching this video. I will make sure to try and get my reviews out soon. I'm working on ones for Be Careful What You Wish For right now, so I'm going to try and get those out as soon as I possibly can. Until then, I hope you all have a scary day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.